access to engines on sailboats is often pretty tough, but Kuewa's is easy by comparison. You can go down through this cockpit locker and get at the aft end of the engine and sit pretty comfortably and work there. After just a little bit of dismantling, we were ready to lift. With the boom truck in place and hooked up, it was just a matter of hooking a hand winch to the front part of the engine to tilt it up and wiggle it out of its compartment. This one's about 420 pounds.
You should be able to let go of that now. Maybe not. Yeah, try to turn this around.
Oh, you want to bring it this way? The front end is on the wire. I gotta put on these back mounts. I built a special pallet to transport the engine, and about a week after this video was shot, the engine was sold and off to its new life as the power plant for a 36-foot Palmer Johnson over in the East Bay, owned by a really nice guy named Ray McMurphy.
Okay. Yeah.
With the engine out of the way, there was access to the old stainless steel 60-gallon water tank down in the keel. This tank was leaking and either needed to be replaced completely or have some flexible bladder tanks inserted. I thought I'd cut the top off first and look down inside and see what we got, and make a decision after that. There's a saying that sailboat cruising is merely repairing a boat in exotic locations. Kuewa's in a pretty exotic location right now, and since I'm repairing her, maybe I'm cruising already. Out in the middle of the cow pastures, suddenly here's this very large boatyard.
What they desire of each other, they just do.
So far, I'm very happy with Napa Valley Marina. It's my kind of place.
So here's the thing, that story got us started on a little journey. It truly began just thinking about wholeness, oneness.
Most fiberglass boats, especially older ones get something called osmotic blistering in the underwater portion of the hull, caused by water eventually working its way up into the laminate, the fiberglass laminate, and causing pressure, which creates a blister. A common way to remove the blister is to grind them off. That's what my neighbor has done here, but it makes such a big crater in the hull. It destroys a lot of good laminate. I prefer chiseling them out because it preserves the good laminate around it instead of grinding into good bonded material. It also gives the repair filler putty more of a lip to grab onto. If the blistering process continued long enough, it could eventually delaminate large sections of the hull. I chiseled out about 320 of these things, and after a few days of drying and a little bit more cleanup, we'll fill them with Marine Tex and then sand it all smooth, and then coat the entire bottom with 4 or 5 coats of epoxy barrier coat. After several days of thinking about it and considering the bad experiences other people have had with flexible bladder tanks, I decided to bite the bullet and pull the old tank out and put a new one in its place. I drilled some holes in the rim of the old tank and put some shackles in it, and tried it first with this overhead rig supported by the main halyard and my hand winch with some nylon line secured to the tank to see if I could budge it out of place with this rig. I put quite a bit of upward lift on it, but it still wouldn't budge, so decided to revert to the old overhead crane with chain lifting bridle. Yep, here's the thing. Oh. Yeah, too tight to fit past the cabinet. Oh. No. I couldn't kick much over there because
Going?
yeah, we got some wires back there. I think it's going to click out. Oh, hold on.
Now,
Yeah, it tilted, but hold on. Yeah, there you go. It was quite a tight squeeze, but we were able to wiggle it out. Yeehaw!
I'm surprised.
Yeehaw!
I am surprised. I didn't think it'd come out of there.
Really?
Jesus. Huh? Well, maybe I should just have to get this isn't gonna work.
Be able to just drop it?
Probably.
Okay.
2, 3.
And with that, the tank was on the ground. The bottom of the tank was severely pitted from anaerobic corrosion. Prius designed their cars to just fit Islander 44 water tanks.